everybody. Welcome to a brand new series of videos that I'm going to start doing called Space Talk here on the Vocek Experience. I've been wanting to do this for a while. It's been turned around in my head. And of course, with the launch of this new series on the Vocek Experience, idiots are still us, so I'm still an idiot. So no doubt about that. Welcome. Welcome to video number one. First video of this new series called Space Talk here on the Vocek Experience. I believe I already said that, but I just wanted to say it again just because, just because. Anyway, I wanted to do this too because not only am I excited for this to be a new series of videos here on the Vocek Experience, but I'm also excited about what I'm going to talk about here on this first episode. And that is the United States is going to be sending its very first astronauts back up to the space station from U.S. soil. That's right. Ever since the space shuttle retired in 2011, there hasn't been any vehicle or anything to launch Americans into space up to the International Space Station. So NASA has been relying on the Russians' Soyuz spacecraft to send our astronauts to the space station. And of course, that costs a lot of money. I don't have the exact figure, but to buy a seat on a Soyuz, millions of dollars. So, but along comes this commercial space company called SpaceX, founded by Elon Musk of Tesla. And he's been building, his own rockets and everything. And of course, he partnered with NASA and everything to do this. And over the years, he's been pretty much, perfecting the rockets and everything. As a matter of fact, the first Falcon Rocket, which is what SpaceX's rocket's called, was first launched successfully in 2008. And of course, ever since then, it's been being perfected and perfected and perfected and perfected. And the first, what they call the Dragon capsule, that is pretty much the, what do you want to call the command center, the command module, I guess you want to call it, to quote something from way back in the Apollo days, where the astronauts would be sitting. But of course, they haven't sent any astronauts up in this thing yet. They've been doing test flights remotely, obviously, because, a lot of times some of the SpaceX's rockets have been known to explode on a launch pad or fell mid-flight and blow up or something. So they wanted to make sure they get things pretty darn good before they put some humans on there. But the first successful Dragon to be launched and actually docked with the International Space Station was in 2012. Getting all tongue-tied here. I guess that's what happens when you've been up since 7 o'clock in the morning and, But anyways, so anyhow, ever since then, they've been still perfecting and perfecting and perfecting, and they even have it to when they launch their rockets, the first stage, I believe it's the first stage, comes down and actually lands back down on a drone ship. That way they can reuse it. So that way they're not spending as much money as they would if they just had to keep, doing new rockets every single time. And of course, that took some time to perfect too. I remember watching throughout the years when they were trying to land these things, and they would blow up upon impact, or they would land, but then just kind of like tip over and then blow up, But they've been pretty good with that. So they haven't been exploding as of recently. So that's a good thing. But But this is what I'm really excited about. I have been a big fan of the space program since as young as I can remember. I actually watched live on TV when the Space Shuttle Challenger blew up. I remember that very, very well. I was really, really young, but that sticks with you, you know, when you see something like that happen. And I remember that happen, and so, like I said, you know, a long time I've been a fan of the space program. And so when NASA TV was launched, you know, I used to stream it on the early days of the internet when it was still dial-up, and trying to watch NASA TV, you know, on a little player about this big, you know, on the screen, you know, and being dial-up, and like every 5 seconds it would be buffering, or, you know, or I'd just get it all good and going, and somebody would call and then knock me off the internet. So yeah, I remember those days. But, you know, I watched then. And then, of course, when years later we got satellite TV, and lo and behold, NASA TV was part of that lineup, you can bet. I was watching that sucker every day. Watching and, you know, watching the space shuttles go up live. I even remember, ooh, losing my voice there. Anyway, I remember when the space shuttle Columbia broke apart during re-entry. I watched that live too. That was pretty shocking to see that. And so I watched that whole thing too. So, and then of course, now NASA's got their, you know, their NASA TV app. And of course, if I'm not home to watch NASA TV, and if I'm, you know, out somewhere and I got a chance to get online, guess what I'm doing? I'm watching NASA TV, or I am following a lot of their Twitter feeds, Instagram, all their social medias I follow. And so I'm really, really excited at this stage that we're finally, you know, since 2011, we're going to be launching American astronauts from American soil. And that's going to happen here not too far from now. Today, the day that I'm filming this is May 12th, 2020. The day that we're going to be launching astronauts using a SpaceX Falcon Rocket and a Dragon crew module is going to be May 27th of 2020. So you can bet I'm getting really excited for this. And of course, you know, once this happens and everything, you can bet I'll be doing some videos about that, you know, about them launching and everything. So I am excited. And of course, I told my wife, I'm like, hey, I'm going to do a new series of videos on my YouTube channel. And she's like, oh, what's that? I'm like, I'm going to be talking about space. She's like, yeah, I'm out. She's not, you know, she's not into this like I am about the space thing. And, you know, she's just like, yeah, I'm just not into that. I don't know why you're excited. But excited I am for this. The two astronauts that are going to be launching, and I hope I say his last name correctly. Let me look at my note here. Robert Behnken. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, I'm sure I'll correct myself once I figure it out if I'm right or not. And the other astronaut is Douglas Hurley. So yeah, I'm excited for this. You have no idea how excited. And I hope that this will, you know, spark more of an interest for the space program, you know, for the general public as well. Because, man, we need to be talking about space. I mean, I know that we're having issues here on Earth. I'm not saying let's forget about the issues on Earth and not worry about them. But what I'm saying is space is something that we can get excited about, exploring, learning new things, learning new science things, you know, discovery, you know, just discovering new things. I'm all excited about that. So, like I said, I'm hoping this gets the public, really excited. So I don't know if I'll be able to watch this launch live because I may be working. I don't have a schedule. And yes, I've mentioned this before. I do have a full-time job other than doing these videos. So I'm hoping I get to watch it live. If not, you can be bet, though, that, once it happens and I get a chance to sit down and watch and read about it, I'll be, doing that and absorbing what all happened. And, of course, bring it to this new series of videos that I'm going to be doing. Now, I also want you to know that the new Space Talk series of videos isn't going to be just about, us getting astronauts launched back on American soil versus, using the Russian Soyuz. It's going to be about, just different stuff that, I come across, while reading the news and, being on NASA TV. And if I'm really excited about something, or if anybody comments and says, hey, let's talk about this or something, I'll do that too. I mean, it's going to be about a variety of different space things, not just about SpaceX and NASA, but, things going on the International Space Station, things going on, with the new Artemis project that has been started to send humans back to the moon. I'm really excited about that. Because I think we should have kept going to the moon. We shouldn't have stopped, but that's, my humble opinion because I'm a space freak. And so, yeah, we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of different stuff. So, so be watching for all that. But I just wanted to get that out there about me being excited about this launch, and I will be talking about it in a future video. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Leave some comments down below if you want to. Let me know how I'm doing, suggestions, all that good stuff. If you want to follow me on Instagram, the link is down there. If you want to follow me on Twitter, rest assured that link is down there as well. And if you want to check out some of my other videos, if you're new to the channel, check them all out. I like trying to be an idiot on camera. Sometimes I'm not always an idiot, but idiots are us means I'm just an idiot. That's all I can say. But sometimes I do get serious on the channel. Not often, but sometimes. But most of the time, I'm an idiot. So, there you go. But anyhow, I guess I will see you all in the next video. Also, don't forget to stay safe in these trying times with the pandemic. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye!